Hello, hello, this is Snow City Tarot, and this is a pick a card, pick a deck reading for the topic of what's going on in your love life for 2020. I want to thank everybody who has been along for my year-long ride here. I did reach my year mark on November 4th, which I didn't mention anything because I was just so busy with life. Yeah, I want to thank everyone who's been in it for the long haul, and I want to thank everyone that has yet to come and subscribe and, comment and be part of all this. So, yeah, I wanted to thank you. Who is this good for? This is, as far as I know, is going to be good for everyone. So this could be, single, couple, exes, separated, that sort of thing. We'll just see. It's basically, as long as you're here, it should be for you. It's not going to be geared towards any one situation. But it is going to be on the topic of love. So that is what this is going to be about. So, I have 3 decks today that I'll be choosing from, and I have 4 oracle cards here that will be serving as your advice. I have 4 items on top. If you want to think of no one in particular but yourself, and just clear your mind, take a deep breath and exhale, and then pick whichever one of these cards is calling to you most, whatever you're staring at the most, whatever you are drawn to, whether it be an item that just really speaks to you. Try that. And if it doesn't resonate, you can always pick another one. Okay? No stress here. So this is going to be 1, which is a fish. We have 2, which is this star pendant. We have 3, which is a sun, and 4, which is a coin. So if you would like to take a moment, think of your person, or no, don't think of your person, think of you. Sorry, it gets stuck to old habits. Yeah, pick a pile, deck, card, and the description box will have the timestamps, and hopefully the comment section too if I get around to it. Okay, that is group 1, so we're going to sit there, or not sit there, take this one, and yeah, I've been talking like all day, so my mouth is getting tired. So for those of you that picked the fish, this is your reading. So, for 2020, for those who picked the fish, what is going to be coming in their love life in 2020? Your current love situation, what good is coming, what is leaving, and where you're going to be in the end of 2020. And of course, this is your oracle card here. So what am I seeing with these guys? Currently, you may be in a situation where you are not feeling so hot. There might be some things that might have been said between you and someone else, or perhaps you have a general sense of defeat when it comes to finding a person, finding a partner. I do see 2 different princes here, even though that's not the placements to be suggesting that these are, people. I just noticed that in general this could be indicating something. These placements have their meanings, but with 2 princes here, I wonder if for some of you, you might be having to choose between one person or another. This could be you or someone else, if you're in a same-sex relationship. This could also be women. If you are preferring women, these could also represent women or yourself. So, 5 of Swords, though. Your current energy is sort of one of defeat, one of self-defeat, though. It's kind of like you put yourself in a position where you are not really thriving, perhaps. You might be feeling like your situation's over and perhaps you need to move on or just accept that something happened. In some cases, you guys may be in a position where you need to apologize to somebody, and that's kind of like, well, how you're going to start this new year off is in a position where you're going to have to sort of make amends with someone else. I'm not sure, though, if that's going to be something that you actually do, is just where you are right now. Because what's coming into your life that's good is this Prince of Pentacles. So basically, the Prince of Pentacles is a very steadfast person. He has long-term goals, long-term aspirations for skill. This person is someone who's probably looking to attain mastery at something, if not mastery at, their own financial security, master at their own life. They are somebody who doesn't make split stupid decisions. They don't do anything that is particularly risky. This person spends a lot of time thinking about their next move as they move slowly through life. So this is someone coming into your life. So this may not sound like a particularly exciting person if you like the bad boys or bad ladies, bad girls, whatever, bad thems. This may not be, maybe not be your person, but it might be something that you need to explore. You might need to start to learn to enjoy people that are maybe not as zesty as some other people. Like, you may like the unpredictable types, but this may be saying that a predictable type will be coming into your life, and they will be maybe bringing you some stability, whether it be financial or perhaps emotional. This is going to be someone who brings a lot of security to you. With the Four of Wands here is what I'm seeing is what's going to be leaving your life when it comes to love. And this is something that's bad. This is in with the good, out with the bad. So the Four of Wands is saying that if there's any disharmony in your living space with a partner or anything of that nature, that will be going out of your life. There's going to be a greater sense of harmony. If there's any instability with your life when it comes to your home or your security, that is also going to be leaving. Let me get some clarifiers here, though. Can I clarify the Prince of Pentacles? I want to clarify the Four of Swords, too. Clarify the Four of Swords, please. Yeah. Disharmony, arguments, painful things, separation. I think those are all coming to an end. Loneliness and heartbreak. And this Prince of Pentacles is, I feel like, eventually going to be the King of Swords. I feel like this is hard Virgo energy, by the way. I think that this could, I know this is a Libra, and this is, I think this is a Virgo, or I don't know, there's a goat in the background. Could be a Capricorn. It's hard to say. All these decks seem to switch up who's who. Because normally the King of Swords is an Aquarius in other decks. So anyway, doesn't matter. We could be seeing someone with this zodiac sign, or someone who has this personality, somebody who's very, very analytical, very clear, very precise. This person could be aiming to be some kind of scientist, some kind of in this case, it's a Libra. This person could be someone who's going to be going into law or something of that nature. But this person is going to communicate with you a lot. They might be a talker. They might love to talk. They might like to talk about all sorts of things. They might be a bit of a nerd. This is somebody, though, that is going to benefit you. This is what's good that's coming in. So this person's going to be coming in, and they're going to benefit you. Regardless of what you think of their personality based on these two cards, this person could really inspire you. They could really support you. They could help you learn about yourself or learn about something else, because a King of Swords is a very intelligent person. He has a lot to offer you in that case. And same thing with this guy here. He's very work-oriented. He's very, success-oriented. So it's like if you didn't get yourself on track, this person would inspire you to do it with them. So I feel like, this is going to be somebody that is going to be a good influence on you. In fact, in some cases, you might be leaving someone for this person, or this person is going to be alleviating this heartbreak here, where there's a separation, a sense of loneliness, or arguments within your life or within your home. This person could take you out of a home life that you don't particularly like. So maybe you live with family members that don't get along, or maybe you live in an apartment that's just beat up because you have to pay for it yourself. This person's going to come along and offer you that sort of security, I think. And that's what you'll be leaving here. And all the heartbreak that comes with it, all the stress that comes with it. This person could very well be your knight in shining armor. I mean, I do not know. I don't support the knight in shining armor because I think we should be able to take care of ourselves. But in this case, this person could be a dream come true when you didn't have the resources to take care of yourself. For how you're going to be in the end of the year, end of 2020, I have the Prince of Swords. You know, and I'm going to get it clarified for this one, because for an outcome, Prince of Swords is sort of reckless, regardless of where he is. You know, this person is really, really good at debating, but this is also very argumentative. Princess of Swords, that's interesting, that flopped out. I feel like this could be another person coming into your life, perhaps. Let me clarify what the Prince of Swords is trying to tell us about Group 1's end of the year for 2020. The Fool. Okay. All right, guys. So you might be in an interesting situation where there's another person by the end of the year that you've run into that you would love to try something new with. I think that you may be in a position where you have to decide, you know, if you want to leave this situation for this situation. And I think that's kind of where we're going to be leaving you off at. It's sort of a cliffhanger for 2020. But you know, it's possible that maybe someone else is coming along that will catch your eye. But I feel like this, whatever this is also going to be very important. Now, for some of you, this is kind of what I'm getting in my head here. For some of you, this person is also representing these guys here. And this may indicate that you may decide to take a new step forward with this person. For some of you, maybe after a year of dating, you'll decide that you want to get married. For some of you, maybe you'll decide to move away with this person. Maybe you'll decide to, you know, go to a new college with this person. Or, you know, if you don't move in right away, maybe you're moving in with them. Maybe these two situations where you're leaving an unhealthy environment is where you'll be at the end of 2020. So I feel like that could be the case here with this. So if it's not another person, and for some of you it will be, I think, though, for the majority, I think you're going to find that after like a year of being with this person, you're going to maybe perhaps move in with them, or not necessarily get married if that doesn't seem to make sense, but you could cohabitate. So, for your oracle card, we have Orphaned. Let me just move these guys up here just to make things organized looking. I dislike disorganization, but I am a Libra, so things have to look balanced and orderly. It's the only way to be. So Orphaned is about a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, and uncertainty about your place in the world. And when I pulled this out, I believe it flipped upside down, but I moved it so quickly I don't know if that was accurate. So I'm going to read the reversed meaning, and then I'm going to also read the relationship meaning. So this says, as you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you're in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs. So you feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows you and loves you and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. So maybe this is somebody that's coming along that will take you from a situation. Maybe they're taking you from this person where you don't belong with them. But it could be saying that, you know, let this person guide you, okay? Let this person guide you to where you need to be. Do not, don't pretend to be somebody else, of course, you know. Just be yourself with this person. if they don't match up with your ideals. But who knows? You could be an air sign and this could be like totally cool with you. Like, you know, air sign is, you know, I'd get along with the King of Swords, honestly. I love to talk. But maybe they're taking you out of a situation where you felt like you couldn't be yourself, like you couldn't talk to somebody, like this, maybe your interests didn't align with everyone around you, and it just seemed like maybe you just didn't find your crowd, you know. That could be what it's saying, is this person, you allowed this person to help you feel welcome, you know. Don't second guess yourself if you don't feel like, you know, in the past, people may not have accepted you, but this person could. So just kind of like keep the faith in that way. For the shadow side of this, basically, it says, the shadow side of this card speaks to the essence of abandonment. Perhaps you feel a need to remain apart because intimacy is too threatening. It also warns against creating inappropriate family structures in order to conceal old wounds. It's time to address the unhealthy alliances you've formed and make a decision to heal the past. You will not be abandoned by the world if you claim yourself as whole. Not all relationships are dysfunctional, and not all of them will disappoint you. Don't abandon yourself. You can connect to others in a healthy way once you recognize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. Life wants to love you. Let it. So I feel like this is probably, the reversal of this was probably the way I should have taken it out, because this kind of makes sense, especially about home life and escaping negative patterns, especially seeing as you're coming out of the Five of Swords. I have a feeling that you're coming out of this with a few bruises, maybe a few scars, and you're going to have to, like I said, let someone else take the reins and kind of like guide you in the way that you need to go. I think that you may have difficulty maybe letting go from any pain that may have happened from this Five of Swords. And you know, with this here, you know, the Prince of Pentacles can oftentimes show someone who argues, someone who gets in debates and fights and things and says things without thinking, you know, who rushes into things really, really awful, in an awful way, and, you know, maybe lays people out on their butts by being just a cruel, rude person. You know, and in some cases, maybe that's what we're looking at here, but the Fool could be saying that you're kind of breaking free of that and moving on from it, because of the nature of this king here, this good blessing coming into your life. So just allow yourself to be happy. Don't come at this person. And that's the thing, is I find myself in this reading, I find myself defending this guy, and I have no idea why I'm doing that. So this could very well be my intuition defending this guy to you, because I think this person will come in and you won't realize who they are or what they'll be able to do for you. And I think that's what it's saying is here, is you've had some heartache and you need to have faith and trust this person. Okay? And that's kind of what I think this card is saying here. Like I said, not every relationship is dysfunctional. This person, maybe they even have qualities of a bad ex, but they are not your ex, you know? So just be aware of your thoughts when you meet new people. They may, those people may surprise you, okay? All right. Thank you for watching Group 1. Please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if this resonates with you. And I will see you in the next reading. Happy New Year. Second up, we've got the Star Pendant. I got your Oracle card over there. All right. For those that picked, okay. Hopefully that means you're coming out into the new year right out the gate. Engines screaming. All right. All right. It's currently you. All right. What do I got here? So, we got the Fool. We've got the Page of Wands. We have Two of Swords, and we have the Star. Okay, so what I see here is actually really pretty positive, I think. Right now, your current energy is very sort of like reckless, willing to try new things, very expansive, very, exciting, exploratory. It's possible you got out of a relationship just recently, because we are starting at 0, starting with the Fool. So it's possible you guys are going out and exploring the world, trying new things, dating new people, seeing all sorts of things. Maybe you might have even said, screwed relationships, I'm going to go travel. And I think that maybe that is a very healing thing that you're going through right now. Sorry. Trying to find my cards here. So what good is coming in is, again, more travel, but this person's alone. So I wonder if you might meet a traveler, a fellow traveler. Let me see here, though. Can we clarify the Fool? Okay. Clarify the Page of Wands. We have the Strength. Yeah. I feel like you're kind of taking control of your life. I feel like you'll be taking control of your life. You may be even taking the reins on what you will and what you won't accept when it comes to things. That's kind of where you are right now. I think for some of you, also, it's possible some of you have taken on some healthier habits if you've been single. Or if you long-term single or recently single. I feel like a lot of you are, if you're not traveling, you're doing a lot for yourself, and I think that it's possible you could physically be taking care of yourself. You could be going to the gym. You could be forming relationships with animals, like bonds with dogs. Or you might have gotten a pet or something to kind of for emotional. Like an emotional support pet or something like that. I'm getting a feeling like you're taking a lot of care of yourself through incorporating other types of love in your life, like love from a pet or love of self, that sort of thing. And it's very wholesome what you're going through right now, the energy that you're in. I feel like there's a lot of positivity here. Again, Leo tends to be a little bit of an egocentric card, somebody who takes care of themselves, but not in the sense, I don't think that it's your ego, you have a big ego or anything, but this is kind of like taking care of yourself, taking care of your appearance, doing good things for your hair, because I see the Leo here, I'm thinking hair, but also trying to balance out your healthy and unhealthy habits so you have a good handle on things. What good is coming into your life, though? We do have this other person, this other traveler. Perhaps this person is some kind of fire sign, perhaps. I'm not going to say specifically, but there's some sort of element to them that might be very fiery and energized, and somebody who's out to look to explore and try new things. I'm sorry, my phone is going bonkers. I don't know what it wants. I think that because this is something new that's coming into your life, though, this could be intense love, though, because the Page of Wands can be somebody that loves and feels intensely, but they can be a little bit unstable. They can kind of get caught up in things, so they can love intensely or hate intensely, and then sometimes they'll be really fickle with it and take it back, and kind of they don't really know entirely what they want. But I feel like you have, since this is a positive energy, I feel like this sort of energetic person, this might just be me describing someone you might already know, but I think that maybe there might be something going on where, you might be receiving a very positive new message or some sort of clarity or truth from this person. You might also be, when it comes to love, you might also be realizing something about yourself. And I feel like this could also be you, just because I get this traveler vibe. I get this person who's balancing two parts of themselves, trying to get their emotions in check. And I think that maybe there's some sort of clarity that you receive about yourself. I think for some of you, you might have a younger person coming into your life, and they'll come in, and maybe you'll have to find a way to view this differently. Perhaps you're older than them, and you might have some difficulty, dating somebody so much younger or something like that. Or maybe it's the opposite, and you're very much younger, and you might be dating someone very much older. Maybe that is, something you could be having to struggle with, but you also might have to come to some sort of some sort of self-acceptance that if that is the case, you will learn to be okay with it or accept yourself. So to clarify this, we have the Six of Pentacles. So yeah, this is going to be somebody who's this person I feel like there's a lot of love here, and this is somebody who could be reciprocating your love. If it is not a new person coming in, you're going to learn how to give love out to other people, and not necessarily in a romantic way, but in like a love of humanity sort of way. I feel like you are a very enlightened person, and you're kind of like, going through some very interesting changes, beneficial changes. And it doesn't necessarily mean that there's another person coming into your life, but you're learning how to respect and enjoy love of all kinds. So what is coming out of your life? What bad is leaving your life? And we have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is like, whoops. The Two of Swords is sort of, you might be coming out of a stage of ignorance about something, because the Two of Swords can be somebody who is willfully ignoring taking care of a situation in favor of peace and harmony, but at the same time they're kind of letting it get out of hand, letting it kind of expand into a situation that's worse than before. So I feel like this could be saying that you might be thrown into action regarding some sort of topic when it comes to love. If you have to choose between two people, this indecision might be what is leaving you. Or if you have to choose, and maybe in this case, for some of you, you guys might not be entirely sure what your orientation is, your sexual orientation. This could be saying that you're actually kind of ready to confront a difficult topic about yourself, especially with this here. You could be ready to confront a difficult topic about yourself and kind of accept who you are. If you were struggling with this theme in your life, this may be you coming to a realization. Can I clarify the Two of Swords, please? Ooh, that is a lot of stuff going on with this Two of Swords. I'm going to take a little look here and put some of them back, I think. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's something interesting here. So I feel like maybe some of you might be bisexual in some cases. And this person is alone. And this is a shocking thing. And this is psychology. And it's also, duality. What is in your mind and what is what is integrated, or what is ingrained in your mind versus what is ingrained in your DNA, that sort of thing here. And hidden aspects, psychology, that sort of thing. Then we've got the King, not the King. We've got the Chariot as well, which is also a very black and white card. So for some of you, I wonder if this might have to do with your sexuality or your gender assignment, or not a gender assignment, but your gender expression, or something about yourself. This reading is very much about you, I want to say, and who you are, and learning to love yourself and learning to accept yourself. And I did not specify whether this was romantic love that I'm reading about, or just love in general, because I didn't specify, and I was thinking just love. So I think that in your year, this is about loving and accepting yourself, and coming to terms with turmoil, or things about yourself that are just not conventional. This card is about taking control, though, especially when we're clarifying this. I feel like this one came out first, but this is about taking control of your light and your dark, taking control of your ups and your downs, and kind of just like moving forward. You got your baggage, but you also have the speed, So it's like, I don't know how to describe this better, but basically it's like, I think that this is showing that you are going to come to a type of acceptance where you can move forward despite that having despite having, flaws. So even if this has nothing to do with your gender assignment, or I'm sorry, I keep saying gender assignment, your gender identity, or your sexual preferences, this could also have to do with how you accept yourself as a person, like whether it has to be what you look like, or what you think about, or how you express yourself, or how you can't express yourself. I feel like you're finding acceptance and love within yourself, because you're being like really bogged down maybe by you're really hung up on things maybe that maybe creating a divide between you and connecting with other people, and it's not. And I think the thing is, it's not you. I think it's just the fears that you have, that you've been fears that you've been told that you have to have, based on people treating you poorly in the past. But I think that now you're sort of growing out of those people perhaps, and embracing who you are, flaws and all, and moving forward. I feel like though for you though, this is going to be very momentous for you. This Two of Swords there's a lot of the backstory behind this Two of Swords. It looks very innocuous, very boring and plain, but I think that there's a whole world, a whole novel worth of things, of history regarding this Two of Swords. And I think that finally you're going to be able to, stand up and proudly say, hey, this is who I am, I'm going to plow forward in life and be this person. And I'm cool with it. And if you're not cool with it, I don't care. And I kind of just see that here. Interesting. You got an interesting story group too. So, where are you going to be? Where are you going to be at the end of 2020? You are going to have reached, like, the ideal. You're going to have reached, like a higher state of being, or a higher state of your own personal being. You will be who you were to start with, and then more. So I feel like you're going to be going through like a major transformation of who you, of how you perceive yourself, who you are. It's really quite amazing. So I feel like if you start this year expecting to be somebody, by the end of it, you will be that person. You will have manifested your dream of self-acceptance, I think, here. And it's going to be the foundation for the next year after that, if not the year to come, or the many years to come. And I don't even think I need to clarify that. But I kind of want to. That's one card. I don't want to go too far into it, because the more I get detailed, the less it will resonate with everyone. Let's clarify that. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. Remember what I was saying about foundation, basically, for years to come. I think that's exactly what this is. And in some cases, for some of you, you may be running into somebody who might also be like you, who will be going on the same journey with you. And whether that person turns into a love relationship, I can't say really, but you might be making a new connection with somebody starting at the end of next year, and you're going to be doing it from a very healthy place. So what is your advice for the 2020 year? Co-create. Maybe that's what's happening here, because these people are definitely creating something together as a group of 3. They are 2 people going to an expert to build something new. But they're doing it with a person who knows what they're doing. So co-create, number 40. This is about creativity, obviously. So I'm going to read this in relationship, the relationship perspective. So, connections of the heart serve to inspire you, opening you up to new ideas you would never have come to do on your own. You are looking in a mirror held up by this experience and seeing yourself in an unexpected way. Who is this extraordinary being looking back at you? You're going to be so happy that you kept your heart open. Your love is a unique work of art now, and the very embodiment of beauty. That's very nice. Let's see. There's more here, but I don't know if it's something that really pertains. Consider your... Yeah. Spark of this intelligence works through you, blah, 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 blah. Paintbrush co-create, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so if you're not co-creating with another person, this talks about co-creating with the spirit world or your whatever divinity you believe in. So it's like you might not, you know, I just really feel like this is creating a new you. And it doesn't say you have a partner in here right now, but it's possible that you have partners with you that you can't see, you know, like divinity, God, angels, whoever it is that's looking out for you is helping you in this path to transform and become a new person. And by the way, I also want to say though, Aquarius, this star card is also about healing. So by the end of 2020, you may actually reach a state of emotional healing where, you know, I won't say complete emotional healing, but I feel like, it, you know, if you had any hang-ups, they're not going to hold you back anymore, really, because this is just, this is the total recovery card to me, you know. Yeah. So it's a lot of good things going on. Yeah. So I'm sorry if this doesn't make any sense to other people. I'm sure there's one person that really needed to hear this. If you are that person, I would love to hear from you. But yeah, thank you for watching Group 2. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Next up, we've got the Sun. And for those of you with the Sun, you have my new Romantic Tarot deck. All right. For those of you that pick Group 3, the Sun, let's look at what your love life's going to be in 2020. Okay. They haven't gotten quite shuffle ready. I've used these maybe a few times. Okay. That's where you are right now, where you are right now. This is what good's coming into your life. This is what bad is leaving your life in love, and this is where you're going to be in 2020, by the end of 2020, ready for 2021. So, we've got the 8 of Cups. We have the 4 of Swords. And these are really spinny cards. We've got the Tower. We have the Ace of Swords. So what's coming in your life and love when it comes to... what is coming in your life and love when it comes to love? Well, it's a little redundant, I said that. So at the moment, you're in the 8 of Cups. So something in your life hasn't been coming together. Maybe somebody is just not on the same page as you, and you're contemplating leaving, or you're just about to leave the situation behind so you can start anew. And you're probably in this state of mind because it is the new year, and you're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm moving on. And I'm kind of seeing that here. What is going to be coming into your life, though, I really sense that it's going to be a moment of rest and recovery, but not necessarily like no love at all. I think that maybe you might be recovering with other people, basically. People with similar situations where they just want to go out and meet new people, maybe. Can I clarify the 4 of Swords? Oh, hello. We got the 7 of Cups. Yes, you want to have fun. You want to have fun, you want to explore your options, and there's going to be so many options for you to explore. Oh, yes, we have the devil card as well. So yeah, there's going to be a ton of options for you to explore, and you're going to be going out and you're going to be having fun, and you're going to be keeping it safe, because I do see that there could be some more physical activity for you entering your life. Basically, I feel like you're just you're kind of sick of the games. You're sick of waiting for people that have no time for you or don't want to be around or want to explore their relationship with you, or maybe you're in a relationship that's boring and maybe the person's not that good to you. Who knows? But you could be leaving it, and you could be moving forward to having fun with so many other people. And I think that you could be really enjoying your physical body, enjoying partying, enjoying the nightlife. I think you might be in a stage of life where I feel like for some of you, you're like, oh my God, I've wasted so much of my youth on this person. I'm waiting so much of my life on this person. I'm going to go out and I'm going to have fun and I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to, hopefully do it safely. But yeah, I don't want to say there's reckless abandon here, but I don't know. Maybe for some of you there might be. Everything in moderation, I guess. But yeah, I do sense that this is ahead for you when it comes to love. So I don't sense that there's going to be any committed relationships, but I do sense that there's going to be a lot of social interactions, a lot of meeting new people. So if you might meet somebody in your exploration here that may later come about maybe in 2020 or sooner, or I'm sorry, 2021 or sooner, that will basically, kind of set you up for a relationship when when you're both kind of on the market. I'm just kind of thinking, like when you're both ready, you might meet somebody. I feel like the people that you're going to be meeting up with are like-minded, though. I think they're not really looking for anything committed, and I don't think you are either in this coming year. If that doesn't make sense to you, you might want to pick a different pile, because I really cannot see this any other way with the Seven of Cups and the Devil card, because that is like the party hard combo of go out, get drunk, meet people, have fun, go out dancing, go out partying. So if that's not you and you're like, absolutely not, I'm going to do that, then maybe pick a different deck. But yeah, that's definitely what I'm seeing here. But it's going to be long overdue. I think that you're trying to make up for lost time. I feel like maybe you are somebody who sat down and really settled down with your first love from high school, or the first person you met in college and dated and seemed to like you. Maybe you were like, okay, that's it. I guess it's this person. And then I think that maybe something's happened and you grew dissatisfied perhaps, and in this coming year you are making up for lost time. Because you may not have gotten to enjoy yourself like this. So I think that maybe that's what we're seeing. This is good that's coming into your life. So I think it's quite positive. Within moderation. I'm a Libra here. I like everything to be balanced. Doesn't mean you can have total fun on either side, So what's leaving your life? I have the Tower card here. So I feel like this card could be upright or upside down here. I think that this is basically, you're going to be leaving a situation that you have been holding together with absolute desperation. I think that you have been struggling to keep something afloat that has, has outlived its course. It's run its course. I'm combining three different quotes here. I think that this is something that is, finished. It's old. It's not something that was going to get better. You were simply ignoring or prolonging the inevitable. And I think that's what it's saying here, is what's leaving your life is the desperation and trying to keep the foundations of a old, worn down house, basically, trying to keep those foundations secure, but there was too many cracks in it. The thing was going to come down anyway. So in some sense, I would say that situation is hopeless, and maybe you're currently in that stage. And I think that maybe you're not entirely committed to walking away just yet, or this could be, you know, the final straw, which happens in January. And you're like, you know what, screw it. It's over. You know, I'm not going to hold this together anymore. You know, peace, you know, and you walk out. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. And there's a lot of stuff going on astrologically. In January, we have a conjunction between Pluto and Saturn on like I can't remember if it's like the 10th or the 14th or something. But basically what it does is, you know, Saturn goes in and Pluto goes in, and Pluto's like, Saturn's like, break that down, you know, that's not serving you, and Pluto's like, sledgehammer, and like, it's possible that this could all be happening in your 7th house or your 4th house or something, or your 5th house or something like that, and you might be saying like, you know, this is something that had to happen, that was gonna happen, it's just, you never hit the tipping point. It's like you never hit the tipping point, or you did and you were just ignoring it. And I feel like that's kind of what's going to be ahead of you. And I feel like it's really going to be early on in this year. I don't know why I believe that, but I do believe that this is going to be something that happens earlier rather than later in 2020. I feel like it possibly could have already happened for you guys, but it's going to be like a prolonged event. Perhaps some of you are married and it's going to take a while to get all that crap sorted out. But I'm kind of thinking that's what I'm looking at here. But I feel like you're going to discover a whole new side of yourself, and it's going to be transformative. It's going to be awesome. So where are you going to be at the end of 2020? And we have the Ace of Swords, which is interesting. And the way that they show me this, it's like, it's very like, I don't know. It's like an ending and a beginning. It's like its own death card. It's like it's taking on the role of the playing card spade, which is like the death card, but it's also the first. So I feel like there might be something that you're going to cut off or walk away from again, or you're going to finally sign those divorce papers or finally sever those ties. But let me see here. You could be overcome with this new truth about yourself, this new clarity about yourself. Can we see the Ace of Spades, please? Or, I'm sorry, clarify the Ace of Swords, please. The Eight of Wands. Oh, wow. 8 of Wands. Well, first of all, we can take the picture. You know, we can take it at picture value. You may have someone, but I feel like it may be a casual relationship with this person. But it's the 8 of Wands, so it's like passionate. You may have a passionate relationship with somebody. You may have like a sudden, you might end your year on a very sudden like turn of events when it comes to a relationship with somebody that you met, maybe. But I also see that, because I feel like this person, I mean, when I look at this picture, well, she's got incense, she's got the little ribbon around this guy's arm. It kind of looks like she does this for a living. Like an escort maybe, or just somebody who might be very desirable for this person, somebody who's very good at what they do. She looks like she's more comfortable with this, she looks like she's more comfortable with this arrangement than this guy is. Not comfortable, but like he's new to it, but she she's like up and ready to go about her day, like nothing has happened that's out of the ordinary, and this guy's wiped out. So I'm kind of thinking that I feel like there's going to be some kind of new thing at the end of next year, perhaps, with someone else. Either you form a long-term relationship with somebody that you were just kind of hooking up with, or you might be kind of like finally branching out. Like it maybe for some of you, you don't actually do this, maybe just go and date, but you don't actually, meet up and have any kind of physical interaction with anybody. But I think maybe you might work up to it and finally get there at the end of 2020. Like maybe it just doesn't feel right, perhaps, for you. So I think that finally you're kind of going to like, I guess like cut the cord is kind of what I'm seeing when I see this. I think cut the cord. So, you know, I feel like maybe by the end of that year, you'll have dated and everything, and maybe you didn't feel like you could move on from somebody. Maybe you felt like you were cheating them. Maybe this person passed away. I am not really sure what the scenario is. It's going to be different for all of you. But I feel like you're finally going to get to the stage where you're comfortable progressing and being intimate with another person that isn't whoever this is, whoever you left. And I think it's going to be very, I was going to say inspirational. Like, no, it's not the word I'm thinking. Let me see here. Can we clarify this here? Is that the Nine of Cups? Yeah. I really feel like you're going to find some sort of enjoyments, but I'm getting a very sort of like hidden vibe here. It's like a indulgence, like a like you shouldn't have it but you do. Like a, I would say cheating. It might, I mean, maybe there's another person involved. I'm not sure. Or maybe there's some kind of reason why you can't be with this person, but you are with this person. Because these guys are hidden behind all these things. They look like they're kind of snuck away. They're wearing masks so no one can see them. You know, and this kind of looks like that sort of situation too. This looks casual though. I mean, this kind of looks casual but having fun. Yeah, so I think by the end of 2020, you're going to find somebody and you're going to have some kind of relationship with them. It may or may not be above board. People may not know about it. I'm not going to say why or what reasons that is, but I just kind of see that you might have some sort of secret relationship with someone. Yeah. But I feel like you are going to sever a connection with somebody that needed to go. And I think you may be better for it. Though it does look, well, I mean, I'm not going to say anything further then because this, you know, I'm not going to, I'll just leave you on that. I have no idea what's going to happen to you in 2021 because that was not my intention. So I'm not going to be delving into whether or not this will turn into a love relationship or a marriage or whatever. But I do see that you will be with somebody at the end of the year and you'll be enjoying yourself. So, you know, if that's what you're going out for, then that's what you'll get. So, yeah, so I'd say it's positive if that's what you're looking for. I think this is the most positive, by the way, though. And I didn't need any other cards to clarify this because it really looks like you're struggling to keep something that needs to go together. So you'll be able to do that. So what do I got here? Unfinished symphony. That's your advice card. Hang on. We don't want to hear about unfinished symphonies after we've just heard about a major breakup. But let's see here. So moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and it's in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee for peace of mind. Accept matters as they are and make amends if need be. Declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. So yeah, I feel like you are going to be hanging on to something, and I think the sooner that you get rid of it, the better. This is saying if that person won't give you closure, give yourself closure so you can move on and you can have more intimate, meaningful connections with other people because really, this person's only going to hold you back. And if they won't give you closure, screw them. Do they actually care about you if they don't care if you move on or not? You know, so I feel like you need to do yourself the favor and just preemptively, don't wait for the whole year to go by. Don't let for life to pass you by before you can give yourself closure and move on because, you know, every minute's precious. Every day is precious. You have never know what day will be your last and what things you will have missed out on because of your own because of the limitations you put on yourself. So that's my advice. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful new year and I hope you find a lot of happiness. And please like, comment, and subscribe and let me know if this resonates with you, or there's no, like I said, there's no way people can possibly know if these resonate, but I would love to hear your thoughts on your reading. So I'll see you in the next one. So next up and lastly, oh, this is going to be a long reading. I have St. Joseph's Oratory Coin, Group 4. Group 4 people. What is coming into your life in 2020? What's coming into your life in 2020? Hey. That's enough for all of them. And my ear's ringing, so I feel like I should take them. Okay, let's do it. So I guess if I do it like this, then that should be the progression. Because I had 4 spots. So let's see what happens. That's your current energy. This is what is coming into your life. This is what is leaving your life. And this is what is where you'll be at the end of 2020. And I can take clarifiers for this because I'm not taking reversals. So if any of these look a little weird at the start here, that may change. So current energy that you're in is no bullshit. You are not putting up with anything right now. I feel like everybody comes to my readings about love to like get the scoop on people. I don't know if I get a lot of singles because it feels like a lot of you guys are coming out of some energy that you're looking to heal or looking to cut out. You're being very logical about life. You're being very straightforward about what you want. You're not going to be playing games. You're not going to be pussyfooting around things. No walking on eggshells. You are serious. You are serious about what you want. And you don't have time for games. I think you don't want anyone to waste your time anymore is what I'm thinking. So maybe somebody's been wasting your time and you're fed up and you're like, I'm sick of this keeps happening. You know, I kind of get that vibe here. Yeah, I feel like you're coming out of a place where somebody has had you on hold. Somebody has been wasting your time. Someone has had you bound at the foot, and you've been very, very patient, but you're done being patient. What's interesting is the Queen of Swords is a Libra, so she's usually very balanced, very fair, very patient. But I think, once we are, I say we, I mean, I am entirely Libra, so, once we've been pushed to our limits, we kind of snap, and nice and friendly Libra is not so nice and friendly anymore because they realize that there's we're focused on justice. I think more so sometimes than being pleasant, and when push comes to shove, we'll throw pleasantries out the window in favor of what is right. But we oftentimes put ourselves on the back burner to be people pleasers. And I think you're coming out of that energy. You're getting into that evolved Libra stage where you're like, you know what? No. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think, and you're not going to like it. So that is your current energy right now. So you kind of got like a whole new perspective here. Now, you don't necessarily have to be a Libra. You could be a Libra ascendant, though. You never know. If you don't know your ascending sign, that could be you. If not, you could just be someone who, like I said, who has reached their limit. You are done. You've had it up to here. You are ready to move on and out of this because they've wasted too much of your time. With this card here, this is the good that's coming into your life, and I feel like maybe this is a person and not necessarily an energy that you're going to be in. So I kind of want to clarify this. Can I please clarify the Chariot? Whoops. What is this? That's a lot of cards. Actually, I'm not going to take that many, especially since I just started it off like by just taking 4, like a wad. One card, please, to describe the Chariot, clarify it. What am I looking at? 6 of Swords. Kind of what I see with this, it does look like there could be travel. There could be something coming into your life about travel. You may get invited onto a trip, perhaps, over water. If not, you are hightailing it out of a situation, and you won't be stopping for anybody. You're out for mental healing, and you're not gonna put up with any crap. Like, it's kind of like you gotta go. You're gonna leave. You're gonna pack up your stuff. You're gonna step on heads. You're getting out. And that's a good thing coming into your life. So this is going to be bringing you to some sort of emotional healing, because you're taking control of your life. You're taking control of your emotions. You're taking control of your relationships. And you're drawing the line. I really feel like you're drawing the line, and you're saying, no, this is no more. You don't go over this line. It's kind of funny because, like I said, I would tell people, like, as a Libra, like sun, moon, and rising all conjunct on top of each other, and a Libra Mars, I don't know when to say no. Or like I have difficulty saying no. I have difficulty letting people down. And I think that for some reason saying no and giving myself boundaries means that I can't, means that, you know, my boundaries are going to upset people. No, my boundaries are my boundaries. If they're upset, they're just upset because they can't take advantage of me, you know. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. So I feel like you're going to be learning about your own personal boundaries and setting them, and learning when to say no, and learning when enough is enough. And I really think that out of everything, like, you might be one of these piles where it's more about loving yourself than loving someone else or having someone come to love you. I think you're learning to love your boundaries, to love the ability to tell people what they can and cannot do with you, around you. You're really coming into your power here. And that's really amazing, because it is not easy, you know. So, what am I seeing here? This is stuff that's leaving your life. Boredom. Leaving your life, having to be emotionally, that's weird. I don't know. I want to say despondent. I don't honestly use that word very much, but that's the word that was in my head, and I don't actually know what it means, but maybe somebody knows what it means. But emotionally reserved. I think there's going to be like a stillness that you are throwing out the window when it comes to your emotions. Clarify the Four of Cups for things leaving this person's life. Two of Swords. Yes. Okay. I feel like all of this is going to happen quite fast, by the way. Because I feel like you're in this energy and this stuff is happening quickly. Like, especially with this Chariot, I feel like that's some swiftness here. And the direction is for personal mental health here. But also, what you're cutting out is going to be... it's like these two are very directly tied. I think you're kind of leaving your own la-la land. You're leaving your emotional, what's it called? Withdrawal. Like, you're withdrawing. You're no longer going to be asleep or emotionally withdrawn from your situation. You're going to be getting out of the Two of Swords here. You're no longer going to let a situation snowball. You know, and I think this is left over from this year. You've let situation get out of hand so far that because you wanted to avoid making waves, you wanted to avoid causing a stir, getting people angry. You were trying to favor peace and balance over what you need. What you want, you know, so this is ending here. You're going to finally stand up from this Two of Swords, make a decision, and say, I'm not going to have to make this decision anymore. I'm making it now, and I'm not going to think about this ever again. So I feel like this is the stress that's leaving your life, is this stress to make a decision when it comes to something. What is this decision? I've gotta know. It seems a little too vague for me. Starting anew. Decision about some sort of, maybe somebody wants you to leave. So maybe somebody wants you to travel somewhere. Maybe somebody wants you to move. You've had some kind of ongoing battle with someone else, and neither of you are able to assert who's right or make the, you know, argue the case for why you or they should do something in some other way. And I feel like the problem just may not have ever been solved. But with this, but with this Fool here, I really think that it may have, you know, maybe somebody wanted you to leave and you didn't want to leave. You know, like, this is interesting. Actually, I want to take another card because this is getting juicy. I gotta know. What exactly is the conflict, please? I want to know about this conflict that you're leaving. I don't know, man. This is interesting. It really looks like there's just a power struggle and nobody's winning. Nobody is taking the situation into control. Nobody is able to assert themselves. It could be just a weird relationship of two very passive people. I mean, this is a Pisces and this is a Libra. If this is your current situation and you haven't left it yet, maybe you're both like you know, these really passive signs, you know. So it's possible you guys could be you guys just might not be able to be honest with each other, you know, out of fear of hurting the other person. And maybe that's, if this is you here, you know, this person has been keeping you waiting and they are comfortable or content with, your person may be complacent, is kind of what I'm thinking, and nobody's able to actually stronghold the situation into one direction or another. And I think that kind of like, that boredom that comes with it, that lack of excitement, lack of fire in your life. Maybe you don't have any passion in this anymore. And you've kind of just, at this point, you're just like, you know what? I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm sick of waiting. I'm sick of the boredom. I'm sick of nothing ever changing. And I'm going to do this. You know, I'm going to finally remove this. And I don't think this is going to leave your life. Well, no, because this is you. This is you making a decision with the Two of Swords. So it's not like some outside factor is going to come out and remove your obligation to make some kind of decision. So that's what I'm seeing here. Is definitely a situation though where you guys need to take control. Neither one of you are going to do it. It's probably going to have to be you. Because this is the proper energy for this. This is not the proper energy for making things happen. In fact, this person, if that's your person, they're just not doing much of anything. They might be a loaf. They might be a bum, or, you know, it's just somebody who doesn't get off the couch even. They could be lazy. I don't know. It could be different for everybody, but that's sort of the scenario I'm seeing. And I think that because this is what's going on in your love life, I really feel like getting this wrapped up is going to be more important to you than dating or finding a new partner or any of that crap. You're just going to want to just get some peace of mind and just feel like you can breathe again. So, and I really, because I'm seeing this, and I think I'm always sort of disappointed because I'm like, oh God, there's no love relationship, there's nobody coming in, you know. I don't think you care. I think you're like, you can do without all this drama in your life right now, and you just want to have peace of mind. Your person, in some cases, for some of you, your person could be overindulgent. They could, you know, if this is a relationship that you're leaving, this could be someone that does drugs. This could be someone that has, you know, drinks a lot. This could be somebody who eats a lot, sleeps a lot, doesn't take care of themselves, just because this is it's a Pisces energy, and I feel like just intuitively it just seems like a negative position to be in. So I think that maybe this person could have their addictions and hang-ups. So where are you going to be in the end of 2020? And I have the 5 of Cups here, so I don't want to say the hero of our story is going to be focusing on the what ifs, but it might be what we're looking at. I'm gonna take a clarifier card here. You know, you're in this energy the whole year of leave and don't look back, light the house on fire, I'm going. But it looks like towards the end of the year, maybe there's regret. Maybe you're taking... clarify, please. Clarify the okay. No, you're not going to be regretting this decision, but I do think that you're going to be missing companionship. I think you might be feeling lonely, maybe a little isolated. You're kind of like repairing, I want to say repairing and healing after this, the aftermath of this year of transformation for you. I think that you're going to be also, though, a little bit withdrawn. I think you're going to be very focused on just taking care of what you have, not giving away too much. You might be a little reclusive. Can we clarify? You're going to be very solitary, as all I'm seeing is you'll be very solitary. I want to say, though, I'm not going to encourage someone to go into, find new people if they're not ready for it, but at least spend time with friends. There's a lot of people out there who just kind of, forget about friends after they have a huge breakup. And actually, like, I've been watching, there's Kat Dennings, I can't remember the name of it. I think it's called Dollface, yeah. So if you guys are looking for some sort of inspiration to what to do once the partner is out of the picture, Dollface is kind of interesting to watch because, you get in these relationships for so long and then after a while you're like, oh my God, who am I? What do I like? I don't even know me anymore. What's going on? Like, where are my friends? I don't have any friends. They're gone. Like, so I think that you should probably watch that. It may be the solitary life or being alone. You can be alone, but you don't have to be lonely, And I think you should watch Dollface, though. If unless you're a guy, it's fine. Dollface is still, still about the same thing. Guys go through the same thing, Maybe they don't have as many friends as they did before they had their partner. But yeah, like you have to rediscover yourself. So that does look like where you'll be. But I feel like the time will be spent wisely. Because we do have the Hermit and we do have the High Priestess. So I do sense that you'll be working, I hate to say working on yourself because that's what everybody says, but I want to put it in a different way because it's not work. You're learning to love yourself again. You're learning to rediscover yourself, rediscover who you are, appreciate who you are, and find your friends again, damn it. Like, I need to do that as well. Yeah. So anyway, let me pull your advice card. We have Higher Power, which came out in reverse. It is the number 4. If people resonate with the number 4, that might be a thing for you. So it says, conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, and committing to a partnership with spirit. So that's what this is here. That's just the general gist of it. The protection message for this says, now is the time to examine what you are giving energy and attention to in the back of your mind. If you're obsessing about being right, about old resentments or failed expectations, about money or about other people, places, or things, these will be the source from which you create. But you want spirit to be your source. Take heart, for your higher power will never desert you and is always waiting for you to remember the sacred partnership you share. Turn away from other sources of power that don't serve your highest good. There is no source than spirit, no greater source than spirit. You can always surrender your troubles and trust that they will be taken care of. You are in good hands. So spirit's a very vague term that they use in these books. I think a lot of people have these very vague things when it comes to spirituality. This may be your time to become spiritual, to find your source power, and it may not just be the universe. For some people, that's enough. But I feel like I need to tell you, for some reason, that you need to find your source in this time frame by yourself. You are, you're in the Hermit by the end of the year. So, and also I think that maybe finding your higher power, finding your source energy, whether it is paganism or Christianity or Judaism or Islam or anything like that, you find it, that will help guide you through this. It may empower you to say no. It may empower you to take you out of a situation that's wasting your precious life, and your life is precious. Don't waste it. Every minute could be some adventure, but you're, hung up on something here. So I want to say that, yeah, the advice here, you know, and I think it's just so lazy to just be like, spirits. I like to try to be non-denominational, but I really want you to find a denomination. I think that is something that you might benefit from, and you might find community. Like, I don't care what it is, whatever you believe in, but I feel like you need to find a place with community, because I just don't see enough people in these cards. I see a lot of loneliness. I see a lot of people solitary, standing by themselves, alone. I think it's time to maybe discover yourself in a group or something like that. Find a support group or a religious group or a group of tarot readers or a group of spell casters or a group of religious people of some kind. It's got to be spiritual, though, because I really think that now is the time for you to connect with that when it has your undivided attention, because I think that after that, once you get that, then you find your happy ending, then you find you have kids, and then you find you have a house and dogs and all these complications. But now is the time to be quiet. Now's the time to have quiet time for yourself. So maybe this seems like a bad 2020, but it's really all about perspective, isn't it? So, yeah. I see that there's a lot of enlightenment that could come out of this. And that's something there too. I feel like this card can mean so many different things. You might already be here. You might already be enlightened or trying to be enlightened, but there's so much noise in your life from unnecessary people who do not care about your personal growth. They might not care about that. So, yeah. I think it's time to let 2020 be the year of you. Take control, okay? Well, thank you so much for watching Group 4. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Let me know if this resonated or didn't, or whether this advice was helpful. I love to hear about it. No matter wrong or right, or whatever works for you, really. I try not to say wrong or right because it's subjective, but yeah, just let me know. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Happy New Year. If you'd ever like a private reading from me, you can contact me at snowcitytarot@gmail.com. Bye now.